We on, Bill?
Good. All right. Good. Okay. If we want to regather, it's always tough being the second presenter. But we have a special treat today. We have Jeff Ragsdale of Brunswick Adventures. And I ask you to come up and join us and tell us your story. I have a microphone right here that has been sprayed. So there we go. Very good.
Okay, you did me no favors by asking me to follow this. That was unbelievable and a great job. So I'm going to pale in comparison to what y'all just saw. So when Skip asked me to come and talk to you today, he goes, I think everybody would like to see the guy who's crazy enough to open up a family fun center in the middle of a global pandemic. So he asked me to come and be ridiculed. No, I'm kidding, in front of everybody today. But no, appreciate the opportunity. My name is Jeff Ragsdale, and I am starting Brunswick Adventures, which is going to be the Golden Isle's largest indoor family fun center. If you've ever been to a Monkey Joe's, if you've ever been to a Sky Zone with a trampoline park, that's what we're going to be offering in about 25,000 square foot facility, which is on the corner of Community Road and Hampton Road, not too far from Ellis Marine. So when I started this journey, I guess, and a little bit about how I got here is I would start about 6 years ago. I'm a long-term corporate sales guy. Lived in Atlanta, and we found Darien, Georgia, where I live today. Fell in love with the place, and over time, it just came harder and harder to leave. And so our family ultimately made the decision to make Darien our home. So we sold our primary residence and moved into our little vacation house in Darien, and we have never looked back. We love the Golden Isles. Well, anyway, so we move over the summer, and we enroll my son in St. Simon's Christian School, and he gets invited to a birthday party in the middle of July. And it's in a park. It's a day not unlike today. It's 1,000 degrees, and he comes back covered in bug bites, dehydrated. And, coming from Atlanta, I'm like, well, why didn't these, I'm like, why didn't they? I wonder, I'm very appreciative that they invited him, but I was like, why didn't they have this in like an indoor party facility? So I started looking, and I noticed that my opinion is there's not a lot of facilities today that cater to the indoor children's birthday party market. There's certainly some, and with all apologies to them, I didn't think there was one at the size and scale that Brunswick deserved. And so for over a year, the problem you have is you need a building with very high roofs. And so I spent a year just kind of doing my corporate job, enjoying living down here in the Golden Isles, and finally found the building that would support something like this. And so I entered into negotiations and took a lease. When I started, I decided originally I was just going to do the inflatables, like a Monkey Joe's type facility, honestly, because it was cheap. It wasn't that. I figured buy some inflatables, put them in, turn them on. If people show up, great. If not, whatever. I soon realized as I started getting further and further down the rabbit hole, and this is my first time being an entrepreneur. I'm a long-term corporate guy. I was like, I'm putting a lot of money into this. And I'm like, somebody could come in, and I do think the trampoline parks have a lot more of a demographic appeal, where inflatables are mostly for 12 and under, very young. The trampoline parks are for everybody, and they command a lot more attention. So COVID hit, and I'm sitting here with an empty building, trying to get open, and I used the opportunity to renegotiate the lease with my landlord. And what I did, and what gave me the confidence to kind of reinvest in the trampoline park, is I went from a fixed per square foot model to gross percent of sales. So when we open, if because of COVID concerns, nobody shows up, I'm only paying a percent of gross revenue. My largest payable is reduced. So that gave me that business model, and it took a while to negotiate that, and it was kind of a little unorthodox, but that kind of business model gave me, once we signed it, gave me the confidence to move forward and invest, because the trampolines aren't cheap, my opinion. So, so we've done that, and we announced the trampoline park on Facebook about 2 weeks ago, and I felt like I've sized the market right. I hope I have. And when we announced the trampoline park on Facebook only, we had 85,000 people reached. We had 4,000 reactions. We had 1,400 likes. We had over 1,000 shares. And if you go and look, if you pull us up on Facebook, and you'll see the announcement it was 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. If you read the comments, there was all the comments were very positive. People were tagging people, and the word, I think, has really kind of gotten out. So I'm very excited to bring this to Brunswick. I think it's a great need. I will tell you the biggest challenge is the entrepreneur, and again, a first-time entrepreneur, is just getting the approvals needed. Would love to see some opportunities to reform the way businesses are licensed and set up here. I signed originally to when I was going to start the bounce house. I started in December, and I'm still, and some of it's been self-inflicted, and some of it's been COVID, but still not open today. So it has been kind of a amazing journey. It's certainly been, I've had my ups and downs, but I am so excited about the opportunity of running my own business. I'm so excited about bringing this. I'm so excited in partnering, with folks like Riley to really do some good for the community. One of the first things we did when we were going to do the bounce house is I reached out to every elementary school in the community, and I offered a free night, spirit night. So St. Simon's Elementary, we offered them a free spirit night. Let's say if their students read a book over the summer, or they did something that the principal wanted to, all A's in conduct, whatever they wanted, let them come in and have a free night just for them and stuff like that. So I'm really looking at ways to partner with the community. I really want this to be a force for change and for good. But again, just so excited to be here. When Dr. Mounts gave me the opportunity to kind of come and talk to like-minded individuals, I jumped at the chance, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you. This is great. We, in support of entrepreneurs, we asked that train to blow its horn several times to announce your arrival.
Very
So
good.
see, it
Very
just
good.
works. It works,
It does.
We're here for you. Actually, students, when they're asked in my entrepreneurship class what sort of thing they would like to create, it is often an indoor adventure place. So you should pray for rain a lot of times and get known out on St. Simon's too.
Yes.
But questions for Jeff. What is your address again? Where exactly are you found? You can't miss it.
It's 5581 Habersham Street, and it's on the corner of Habersham and Community. If you pull out of Ellis Marine, you take a right. It's down there on the left. It used to be Bergeron Motorsports.
Another question for Jeff Ragsdale. Reaching out to churches, have you started doing that this night?
A little bit of that. I really wanted to make it, I really wanted to donate to the schools and the community, and so I focused on that first. And to be honest, I'm still kind of doing my corporate job and doing this, so time has been very limited. But as we look at, matter of fact, you've helped me, I'm looking for some management interns, and I have a passion. When in Atlanta, I ran children's ministry for our church. And I love working with young people and things like that. And I want to work with some of, the promising business students, of the Coastal College, and giving them a real opportunity to kind of help manage the business. So I'm certainly looking forward to looking with them. Churches I haven't really worked with yet, but that's certainly something I'm hoping our management intern can help manage that outreach.
Well, so what does it cost to come into your facility as an individual?
There you go. So what we're doing is, if you go into the bounce house, which is for 12 and under for our youngest jumpers, and we do have a toddler area, that's $11.50 for the day, and you can stay as long as you want. The trampoline park is for all ages, and it's going to be $11.50 an hour. Or you can do like 2 for $20 or 2 for, we haven't decided on the multiple hour yet. And then we're also going to be offering some kind of like passes You could buy a weekly pass, monthly pass, things like that for discounted rates.
Well, so for old people like me, do you have a discount coupon for the Southeast Georgia Health System?
We could certainly talk about that. And we have another 7,500 square feet in the back of the building. Phase 3 of this is going to be something, because everything that we have now, we have activities for toddler, we have a toddler area, we have a 12 and under area, and then we have the trampoline for all, but all that's kind of physical. In the back 7,500 square feet, when we open that, which will be sometime 2021, we're thinking about activities that the family can do, not necessarily as physically active. Escape rooms, maybe virtual reality type games. We're not sure yet. We're actually going to put some we're going to put a poll up on Facebook, and we're going to put a suggestion box up at the facility, and we're going to see what the community would like to have, and then we're going to go out and go to some of the trade shows and see what's available. But I do want something that all ages can do, not just the physically able folks with the trampolines and the bounce houses.
You phrased that very nicely.
I tell you, the UGA Small Business Center has been absolutely unbelievable to work with, and I have worked with them quite a bit, because there's a lot I don't know, and I'm smart enough to know I don't know it. So, matter of fact, we had them on a call for an hour and a half going through some human resources stuff that today, as I look forward to starting my hiring. So that has been unbelievable. And to be the owner of the building is the Family Tourist Realty, and they've actually been very helpful as well, because they are now my partner. Because of the gross revenue model, they now have a stake in the success of this as well. So we've kind of formed a great partnership, working together, because they have a vested interest in making sure I'm as successful as I can be, because that will make them more successful.
Okay. What is your coolest thing in your facility to do?
Well, the main trampoline court is a dodgeball court, and then we're trying to see now about making it into where we can put soccer and a volleyball and have like leagues. So I think it'd be cool, to have, soccer leagues, volleyball leagues, things like that. We've got we're going to do the neon with the black lights and stuff like that. So church groups, like sleepovers, things like that. I think a lot of that will be pretty cool. I'm excited about that and doing some of the leagues.
Good. Keith?
Sorry?
How are you going to handle concessions?
So that's been a little bit of a challenge for me. I was trying to offer prepackaged, trying to get away from the full review of the health department, and a little source of disagreement. The health department viewed serving candy bars, prepackaged drinks. I was going to do popcorn. I was going to have a Keurig and Slurpees, and they said that would qualify me as a restaurant. And I went through the 28-page review. After 4 attempts, it was stopping everything. I kind of threw my hands in the air, and I'm laying my cards on the table. I punted. I'm only going to be offering bottled drinks to open. Once open, I plan to re-engage the process, but it was keeping me from opening the doors. It would cause me 3-4 weeks of delay. And again, I've learned, and if I ever open another business, I will, it certainly will help, but that's part of the growing pains of first-time entrepreneurship.
We have a question over here about when is your opening date?
Great question. I think we're still in construction, but we're wrapping up. I still have to get a few inspections, the fire and stuff like that. So I'm going to be announcing our opening date, I think, next week. And I'm hoping within 2 to 3 weeks. I'm thinking within 2 weeks.
Do you need a test jumper that
I would
can
love
come
it.
by?
I would love it. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about trying how I can do a soft opening.
Yeah, soft opening.
I need that, so I welcome all you guys to come out, maybe
good.
your
So
church group.
You see, this is a good idea.
Absolutely. Would love it. And we're also going to try to do like trampoline are supposed to be some of the best fitness type. It's low. So we're going to do some early morning. If you guys want to do a early morning trampoline fitness section, that's something we're going to be offering as well. Sorry.
I was going to suggest to put a food truck in the parking lot.
I've thought about that. I want to have food truck Saturdays, where every Saturday we announce. So we'll have a calendar, and I wanted somebody at the chamber, I think suggested the health department would give me the list of food trucks. I'm going to reach out to all of them. I would love to have one every Saturday, just so our folks have something in the interim. And I'll have bottled drinks, in the interim, but no popcorn, no coffees and teas and stuff for right now. Thank you for that.
Another question or two. Well, Jeff, this is really neat, and congratulations for being a first-time entrepreneur.
Thank you.
And we're here to help and support.
Thank you.
And we'll get your video up on the website, and we have a little corporate swag here.
Oh wow! Thank you.
For you to have.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Good. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all for the opportunity.
All right, the next time we meet is August 5th, and I think I like Jekyll West better than Jekyll East, if in fact we still can. There might be other issues we have to face. Our third Million Cups presenter 4 years ago was Eric Bonk talking about Richland Rum. And sitting on the front row was Chris Molin, who said, "Skip, is it okay if I talk to Eric Bonk?" I said, "Yeah, he is kind of big and he's kind of scary, but yeah, go ahead and talk to him."
There you go.
And Chris started at that time the conversation of Silver Bluff Brewery, whose opening is today. So, if anybody asks, does 1 million cups have an impact? I don't know. I just know that Chris met Eric, and we now have a wonderful brewery down the end of the street that I hope we all go and support. So thank you all. You all have a good rest of the day, rest of the week, and stay safe. Thank you very much.